Hello, good evening. Twin Minds here. We are going back to the Ultimate Alchemy right now. I keep trying to call it Ultimate Academy, but that's not what this is. Even though it's kind of sort of related, that's not also the button I wanted. I am going to attempt to blue myself tonight. Because we got a lot of blue to work with, and it needs to be done. So there's two things that I want to accomplish primarily. Getting my camera in the right position, and making blue, aka making lapis. And then there's one more thing, of course, besides my camera, obviously. I would like to see if I can get a flux network set up, even if a basic one, because I'm gonna want to start spreading out a little bit, and the easiest way to do that is to have a wireless network I can tap into. I am fast car, I am. You missed the last couple streams of it, but yes, that is what's happening now. Alright, if we look at this, I'm at 2048. I need to keep an eye on that number, because as of right now, I'm not using, well, yeah, I use a lot of power. I've got 3 currently running, and yeah, that's it. Just 3 currently running, and I need to see if my charcoal count goes up or down. Because if my charcoal count starts going down at a reasonable pace, I need to expand my charcoal production. So that's that. Demos! This is the Minecraft mod. So if we go into mod options here, and scroll down to M section, we've got the Minecraft mod installed. I don't know why everyone likes to have that one installed, but it's in damn near every mod pack. You can't get away from it. So TLDR, this is a skyblock-ish map where you start off with very little and have to build out from there. This skyblock map is different than the others. Other skyblocks, you start off with a piece of dirt and usually a sapling to grow a tree. And then you have to build up from there. This one starts you off with infinite wood and infinite stone. And then from there, you have to turn those materials into other things to progress. So cobblestone obviously turns into smooth stone, which you can then get infinite of. Compressed cobblestone can smelt down into iron. You can smelt logs down into charcoal for fuel. Double compressed cobblestone smelts down into obsidian, etc., etc. So the goal is to basically automate the production of everything that you've got. Howdy Doc, welcome! Technic? I never played Technic, so sure, maybe. So, just to give you a flavor of how redonkulous some of this stuff is, if we want to make lapis, which is one of my goals tonight... I'm actually explaining that right now, Doc. So, I blued myself is... I don't remember what show it's from, but it's, what the hell is his name? Larry something, a comedian. He shows up and he's just painted blue. And he says some stupid line, and he says, I blued myself. But that's where the line comes from. But ultimately, we're trying to make lapis. And since this pack does not follow standard Minecraft, it has wonky ways to get things. So to get lapis would typically come from lapis ore, which isn't possible in this pack because there's no ore in the world. So instead, we have to go into... Let me find it. Let me find it. There we go. So to get lapis, I need to have polished diorite, which is a variety of stone in Minecraft, and then I have to infuse it with the essence of true blue in a fluid transposer. To get the essence of true blue, I need to fractioning still to distill royal blue into true blue. To get royal blue, I have to alchemically imbue gold with the essence of very blue. Then I have to get very blue, I have to distill blue down into very blue. To get blue, I need to distill mildly blue. To get mildly blue, I need to imbue I need to alchemically imbue slightly blue with more blue pigment to get mildly blue. Slightly blue comes from yet another alchemical imbuing of water, which is already blue, with more blue to get slightly blue. So it's like a 7 or 8 step process to continue distilling down water and blue into more blue and deeper blue to then make what is essentially a blue crystal. Kind of with you on that one, Doc. Kind of with you. To get ender pearls, so the biggest keys about this pack. First off, infinite cobble and infinite wood, which is very different from every other pack. Second off, you start off with creative flight, and you start off with infinite hunger, so you don't have to worry about eating or going hungry or taking damage. Really, the only time you're going to die is if you die or if you take some serious amounts of damage. You can't even die from falling because the creative flight stops you from taking fall damage. So the only way you can die is like massive explosion damage or something like that. And there's no mobs, so there's no monsters to speak of, so that means I can't get pearls through killing Endermen. So to get pearls, I need to get Ender Shards, which can be acquired by grinding a piston down with a pick in a bowl to get a small Ender Essence, or an Ender Shard, which can then be melted down in the Crucible for Resonant Ender, and 10 of those can be cast out into a soggy Ender Pearl, which can be then dried on a drying rack into an Ender Pearl. So there's just different methods to get everything that you're used to in the game, and that's kind of how this is. Yes, Demos, you have. I mean, technically in this game, water is blue. Water is very blue. But yes, you're right. Start with something transparent and just start jamming a bunch of blue into it and distill it in various ways. This is Alchemy the mod. Absolutely. You are turning things into other things, and that is really all there is to it. So to get dirt, which I had to do to start my farm here, let me go over here. You need to ferment water and compost into gravel, which gives you liquid dirt. No, it gives you... forgot. Liquid dirt comes from the still, so it gives you water of life. And then you distill the water of life into liquid dirt, and then you take the liquid dirt and jam it right back up into that gravel, and it turns into dirt. So, really wonky. Ooh, that is good to know, Doc. I'm testing out Restream's other chat app. So that is good to know. Let me start up my other one quick. That is a successful failure of a test. Good to know. So starting up the other one. Let me go quick tell them in Discord that that didn't work. I am now basically officially a beta tester for Restream. So they're throwing me at all sorts of new features and stuff. Let me close the new app then. I will have to figure that out. That might be a configuration in the new app that I need. It absolutely is terrible, Doc. There are many points in here where I have looked at it and said, what the hell have I got myself into? For example, that's not the button. For example, this pack, and actually, Doc, since you're fresh and you haven't seen this yet, and Fastcar and Demos, actually all three of you, let me pull out the book that you start off with, and I'll give you the rundown, basically. You find yourself in a void dimension sent here by Professor Spite. He's pissed off that you've been fucking around in class, and he's sending you here as your final test, flunk or pass, which he's assuming you're going to flunk. So blah, 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 I've sent you here. I don't expect you to pass. Feel free to give up whenever you want. He gives you the rundown of what you're supposed to do, and basically, the goal of the test is to create clay. And there's a little bit of an inside joke in that. Ultimately, in a lot of modded Minecraft, clay ends up being one of the more difficult resources to get, because typically you can only get it by digging up out of the world. So usually clay ends up being some sort of choke point in many different mod packs. So in this pack, clay is the end goal. And to make clay, you've got true clay, which is a modified item just to get the end item. To get this, you need to do a draconic infusion, which is literally an end game process. By the way, chaotic tier infusion, which I didn't even notice before. Awesome. That makes me even more worried. You have to have one of each of these items, which are all very basic materials. And then you need a nether star to turn into true clay. And the nether star is gained by this lovely glitched out recipe. Basically putting one of every single essence in Thaumcraft into a crucible. So, yeah. This right here concerns me. Because the way the crucible works is when you put in an essence, say for example, the light or the lux essence, which is made out of air and fire. If you put that into the crucible and let it sit for too long, it will degrade into its base components, which is air and fire. So I'm not entirely sure how we would go about putting all of these into quick succession into the crucible and then trigger the craft without causing a problem. So I have to figure that out, and that's something I don't know the answer to yet. And, by the way, there's no nether star. Like, there's no recipe to make a nether star. This is only a recipe to duplicate a nether star. And since there's no mobs, I doubt I will be able to spawn a wither to get a nether star from the normal means. So I literally don't know how to complete this pack yet. And it's a little bit unnerving, to say the least. So yeah, there's a lot of trickery and nonsensory going on in this pack. And I'm very curious to see how it plays out. Power! Hi, Mackenzie. I was just explaining to everyone why I'm expecting to go insane at some point. But yeah, I'm going to attempt to get blue. Water is actually pretty easy. Yes, Ultimate Alchemy is the name of the pack. It's available on the Twitch client. It's actually technically not complete yet. It's still in version 0.9. So I'm assuming they're just trying to iron out some of the final details. But to get water, water is actually from the squeezer. You squeeze whatever water is left out of the oak wood. So from that infinite wood that you've got available, you just squeeze out some water. And then standard Minecraft physics, once you put 2 blocks of water near each other, they will create an infinite water source, so you can bucket out as much water as you want. It'll just keep refilling. And that's another, like another choke point in a lot of mod packs is, you know, how do you make water as one of the first points? Because usually the first 2 blocks of water that you make have to be somewhat difficult, so that you can then count that as a progression point. Because once you've got 2 blocks of water, you've got infinite water from that point. So in this pack, I had to create these, not those, the squeezer, which is over, yeah, it's friggin' somewhere. Did I put it away? I think I put it away because I didn't want it anymore. Yeah, so you had to create the squeezer, which was made out of pistons, glass, and the sturdy casing, which is redstone. So you had to figure out how to get redstone, you had to figure out how to get pistons, which is iron. So that's kind of your first tech lockout point. Alright. So let me move that. Let me move my chat down here. There we go. Alright. So I do want to try to get blue. And that means I need to get a count. So, let's go back through the blue process and see if I can get a count of how many different machines I need. Because it's ultimately just alternating between Fluid Transposer and the Alchemical Imbuer. but I need to know how many of each I need before I can proceed. There we go. So, fluid transposer number 1. Fluid transposer, fractioning still, and alchemical imbuer. So, I almost need a friggin' pen. Let me get a notepad out, that's fine. Doc, I will say, these are hard mode packs. Like, first off, they're intended to be difficult. I would say that they truly expect you to go into these packs with a functioning, working knowledge of the mods in question before you get started. If you go into this completely blind, you'd be lost. But I will say, Doc, there are other ones that are just about as difficult, but they have a quest book, which will guide you essentially step by step through the processes. Whereas this one doesn't have a guidebook. It literally just says, make clay, now go. And they expect you to understand the process of, you know, looking up your final step and figuring out all the different steps that you need to get there. So yeah, you really do need to have deep level knowledge of the mods to do something like this. Okay. Okay, so we've got fractioning still, 1. We've got fluid transposer as the last step of this, which can be done through multiple different means, but fluid transposer is going to be the easiest. That's not what I wanted. I wanted fluid transposer. So, fluid transposer is the final step. And then right before that is the fractioning still. And right before that is the alchemical imbuer. Alright. And that's plus gold, by the way. And then this one was plus diorite. The fractioning still is not plus anything, it just needs to distill down again. So, essence of very blue is fractioning still. And then essence of mildly blue is another fractioning still. And this is where we got another alchemical imbluer. I'm going to keep calling that. I keep doing that. Alchemical imbluer. Alchemical imbuer, but that's ultimately what it's going to be doing. And that's going to be plus blue. So a blue dye of some kind. It doesn't matter which. And then another one. And then water. So ultimately I will need 3 alchemical imbluers, 3 fractioning stills, and a fluid transposer, or some other alternate for the final step. And by final step I do mean typically you can do bottler or something. Nope, not in this case. Normally when you've got fluid transposer you could do other things like a bottler or a couple other machines that can do the same process. Sup, I get subs. Welcome. My favorite meme. I mean, obviously, currently, I'm a little bit partial to the surprise Pikachu meme, but obviously with memes that comes and goes. But I try to avoid too much memeing because I don't like to overload myself with it. Alright, so I want to get blue. So I need 3 imbluers, 3 stills, and a fluid transposer. So let's figure out how to make those. The alchemical Constantin. Okay, so I need to make Constantin, which is typically copper plus silver, I believe. And in this one, it is going to be... Oh, copper plus nickel, and that is the normal recipe. So copper plus nickel is doable, no problem. Can I do it in ingot form? Yes, good. That's good. I didn't want to have to grind down first. So that's that. And I need 8 of it per machine, which means I need 24. So 24? Bah, one too many. So let's get that cooking. I made myself some silver last night, because silver was one of the few metals that I have easy access to that I didn't actually make. Sure, silver. Sure. Alright, I will also need gold for this piece. Fine. I need tin for that piece, it's fine. I do need more hardened glass. Okie dokie. And then brewing stands, alright. So let's make some more hardened glass. Oh, sweet. Thank you for that follow. I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, my notifications have not been too terribly great, so Doc is serving that purpose for me right now, apparently. Also, thank you for that, Doc. Alright, so I am jamming some obsidian and glass, melting that down, and that will make me some hardened glass. So that's going to happen. What else do I need to get started here? I need brewing stands, which is more blaze powder. I did make some. Did I make enough? I made 15. I need 3, 6, 9. Okay, so I've got enough there. I'm looking forward to it. Are you going to have a video prepared for that? Ah, shit. My charcoal's going down. It's not fast, but it's definitely a problem. I'm going to have to solve that today, too. Ah, balls. Alright, charcoal over here is not good. Iron over here is fine. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so now we have viscous hardened glass, so I need to start pouring that. I'll go ahead and filter that. So that means that this machine here can only accept the hardened glass, and that will just start filtering into here automatically. So I just need to turn that on, and that will automatically pour for me. It will cool, and then it'll suck in there automatically. Relatively automated process. Oh, that was a one-off? Okay. Okay. So, while that's going, let's look at the still and see what I need for that. That's regular old glass, gold, and copper with nickel pulverized. Okay. How much more nickel do I have? The answer is not very much. Technically enough to finish this process, but that is about it. So I should probably make more nickel. Okay. This is in the process. Because I do have a fractioning still here, but I do need at least one available to make my nickel. Because you are basically distilling iron into nickel, which isn't exactly how that works, but you know, whatever. At some point, I might do something with these little stands here, because they are pretty, so I might turn them into like little standalone huts that do things. Like, for example, since this was the original placement of the infinite cobblestone, I might turn this into like a cobbleworks building. So cobbleworks building is typically where you take cobblestone, which is typically a free resource, and turn it into whatever you possibly can. So then, in this case, I'm doing that sort of right here, grinding cobble down into gravel, and grinding gravel down into sand, And then you can also grind sand, or you can grind one of these two. You can craft the gravel into flint. You can smelt sand into glass. So there are various things that you can get out of the cobble process, which would be nice. So that's a thing that I could do over here as a cobbleworks. And then over here is the original wood platform, which I could do the similar thing to, although not nearly as much is made out of wood directly. I could have, you know, the same thing I've got here, wood, sticks, and chests available. I could also turn them into a regular supply of the drawers, which I need, that kind of thing. And then one side or the other is going to have constant supply of levers and other things that I need. I'm not going to go into other things right now because my brain just farted on me. So this is still not going. We've got our constant done. So let's make this. So we've got our 6 constant gears. Ooh, life imbuer. Oh, that's right. Okay, I totally forgot that exists. This is the ability to take over a spawner in Botania form, but I don't have any spawners, so that's probably not going to happen. All right, so I need the rest of these things. I need that. I need, what's in here? I need to make more glass. I cooked up a bunch when I first started, and I haven't touched it since, so I'm getting down to needing it again. Alright. I need iron, I need gold, I need redstone. Yeah. And then I need tin. Alright. So tin needs to turn into my... That didn't work at all. Tin needs to turn into my gears. And that's going to turn into the machine frame. And then I need the brewing stand, which means I need more cobble. That's a little bit too much. There we go. 3. Don't want to use all of those. And then this. So we've got 3 embluers. I feel like I'm going to keep saying that intentionally wrong to the point where I'm going to never get it right when I try to get it right. Alright. Oh yeah, this is absolutely the pain of modded Minecraft. And by pain, I mean I wouldn't play Minecraft without mods at this point. Like, there's so much complexity and nuance to the different mods. Like, we've got, what, 5 different tech mods in this pack? And each one of them is different and good for different reasons. In this one shot alone, we've got 3 tech mods. We've got Ender IO and these energy conduits. We've got our coal generators from RF Tools, and then we've got all the various processing machines from Thermal Expansion. And then we've got Tinker's Construct in the background here supplying my smeltery. We've got extra utilities supplying my redstone clock, so I've got a timer. All sorts of fun stuff. Let's see, I would like to make some glass. What's a good way to make glass? Since I don't have an easy good smelter setup. Can I not pour out glass? No? No glass? What if I smelted it down into liquid glass? And I can pour out clear glass. Does that let me turn it back into regular glass? It looks like it's ore dictionary, so we'll do that. Let me grab some sand. 4? 4. 4 is good. Okay. I need a hopper. I need a hopper. I don't have a hopper. Okay, fine. Make a hopper. There. That'll get me some glass. I need to automate it as soon as the first one pours, so I need to remember, hopefully, to go back to that. Alright, so I've got my alchemical imbuers. I'm still trying to say that right this time. I need my fractioning still. And that's going to be nickel grit, gold gear, copper gear. Okay, let's do that. Sometimes it's just easier to grab a stack of everything and hope for the best. That didn't work. Alright, so I need to pulverize this down. Oh shit, I'm out of copper. Well, that's a problem. I need copper. I need to fire up some compressed sand. Sure. Okay. Fire up some compressed sand. Oh, there's no fuel in these. Oh shit. I need to fix that. Hey, I have copper! I thought ahead. I forgot I thought ahead. And I have more tin. Hooray! There are two different mods that could potentially handle that. So when you're looking at the thing in the upper corner, that is called the One Probe, and it's one of the many mods that adds the information on your screen. There's also another one called Wayla, which looks very similar to the One Probe, which is going to give the similar information. And there is a mod that will actually overlay directly on the thing that you're looking at how much is in it. But that mod, I don't remember what it's called, and it's not in this pack. So instead, we've got the One Probe, which is giving us the information at the top corner. So if I look at the drawer controller right now, you can see it lists everything that's in the entire controller network, which is all of the attached drawers. Which is nice. I've never actually looked at that before. I like that. Neato. Alright, so I got my things. I don't have any more friggin' redstone either. Well, balls, what am I doing with my life anymore? Haha, I was making redstone. That's what I was doing with my life. Alright. Okay, let's see how far we can get with the fractioning still. I need tin gears. Machine frame. Gold gears. Copper gears. The reception coil. Ah, Foolcraft. Yeah, that's a classic. I actually have not watched all that much of Foolcraft. I think it was probably because the name. I have a hard time with anything that's like lol Mimi, and that name always just struck me like that, so I never really jumped into it. But I know which mod you're talking about. Okay, fractioning still, alchemical imbuer, and then we need a fluidic transposer. That is going to be all of the same things again. Okay, so let's make that. Need copper, glass, machine frame, bucket. All doable. Except for the part where I have a single piece of glass left. Awesome. I have to wait for this to finish cooking down. Let's make our bucket. And yeah, okay. So copper gears, 1, 2. Glass, damn you! That is not enough glass. I need one more. Hey, there we go. One more. Yay, fluid transposer. Alright. Who is that, by the way? Who's your favorite Minecraft YouTuber? Because I've seen a little bit of Hermitcraft. Not too terribly much, though. Alright, another thing I'm going to want is... Good times with Scar. Huh, I have not heard of that person. I'm gonna want a pump. Pumps are fun. So I need just basically lots of iron plates. Probably gonna have to go with that iron plate as the easiest to make for now. And then I need a single piece of copper. Okay, let's do that. Let's just make a bunch of iron plates. Make a stack of this stuff. And that. Pump! We have a pump. Under pressure. So that will be our pump to get water into the whole setup to do crazy things. I will need to figure out how to get gold in there, but I can do that manually for now. So that'll be a whole different ball of wax. My favorite Minecraft YouTuber, I will say, is probably Direwolf. He's like basically the king of modded Minecraft. He does a lot of tutorials on the different mods to get people interested and to show them how it's done. I'm gonna need more charcoal in these things, aren't I? It'll do for now. Just get more copper in place. Okay, that'll go for a while. Yeah, I mean, since Direwolf is definitely a tutorial style, I would really only watch him if I'm attempting to learn something. Although every once in a while it's fun to watch him go through a new version pack or something like that. Like when 110 just first came out, I watched him do a little bit of his new 110 pack, just to see what the changes in the mods were like. Do I want to continue that process? Probably should. Alright, let's do it. Charcoal is still going down, though. I've gone down about 200 since the start of this video, or the stream, which is crap, like 45 minutes tops. That means I'm going through a lot of charcoal. I mean, I could definitely infinitely replicate this nonsense if I wanted to. It'll have to be another time, I think. Shouldn't be a huge problem tonight, hopefully. Knock on wood. Okay, where is this bluer gonna be? What do I have with blue, by the way? We got blue stuff. A blue concrete, which I don't think I can make easily. Nope. That's more blue concrete. We've got blue wool, which is probably doable. Yes, those are drying racks. I put them on there just thematically drying stuff out in front of a fire seemed right. And they take up a lot of vertical and horizontal space, so I figured I'd just throw them in front of there. Because I have to dry the ender pearls down from the soggy. Wish it actually did something. It'd be nice if it made it faster. Is it pound blue? No. There's a setting. I think I can push this button to find out. Search options. Ah, it's carrot color. Okay. Wait, that needs to be enabled. Let's do it. Require prefix. Mod name is require. Okay, that'll be good. Unless I didn't save. Did it save? It didn't save. Require prefix. Done. There we go. So now if we do carrot blue, fine, be that way. Done. Done. Is it gonna stay this time? Done. 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 There we go. There we go. So carrot blue. This now lets you search based on the color of the item. Yeah, no, I think I just didn't hit save enough times. I think there was too many dones and I wasn't prepared to hit that many dones. So now we have 2 pages of items that contain blue in some sense or another. I don't think these ones are working right, because these are clearly not blue, but that's okay. We got primarily blue things. What do we have that is blue that I can craft with? I don't have energized mineral, but that would be kind of cool. These mineral bricks would be kind of neat to have that building out of. We've got those things. Blue wool is probably a terrible idea. This is ice. It would be kind of neat. We've got the concrete that's blue. We've also got the blue, like, terracotta look. We've also got water stone, which would be kind of nifty. And then the carpet wools. Some of the carpet wools are pretty neat looking, but I don't think they make good buildings. They would definitely make a good floor of that building. Mineral would be my first choice, but in lieu of mineral, some of the block of lead would be kind of neat. I don't know if I want to make a bunch of blocks of lead to do this. Although, in packs where I have infinite of stuff, I am not opposed to building an entire building out of some expensive material just to do it. What about temple blocks? Got prismarine, but that's not a thing. Blue nether bricks would be a thing, but making netherrack currently is a pain in the butt. And of course we've got lapis, but I am literally trying to do that right now. What is this? Blue Portuguese pavement. That would be neat, except for it also requires lapis. Damn. I was hoping it would require just any old blue, which I can make. I might have to flesh this building out with brick for now, and then colorize it later. I could do the floor in the wool, though. Blue wool or light blue wool. Because that'd be kind of neat. Ooh, we have the option of legacy carpet too. Neat. I haven't seen the new carpets actually. That'll be fun to play with. Alright, so let's make a little bit of blue carpet at least to get that laid down. I need as much string of this as I can. Boop de boop. Boop. String. To make wool. And I need to make some blue. Let's make some regular blue and light blue. Also, let's put away all the materials because I don't need them right now. I'm out of bone meal. That's unfortunate. Bone meal. Bone meal is compost and peat. Do I have compost still? Or did I use it all? Nope, used it all. Alright. So I need my saplings. Alright, so I need to get some blue going here. Didn't you see the title? I blew myself. Let's make these even first so my brain stops freaking out. That's not even. Oh well. I don't know how many of these I actually want, but I will want and or need them all eventually, so it's not really wasteful to do this. Alright, so let's see where that gets me as far as colors go. It's specifically the color of the petal that I'm placing dictates what spawns. Because what I'm doing is I'm planting the petal and then bone mealing it to force it to grow. So that's how you replicate your different colored petals. Because the different colored petals are important for doing botania work. Alright, so I need my chisel, and then we can see what these all look like. Chisel's already been in my inventory. Okay. Yeah, I was swapping pretty quick there. So we've got regular old light blue. Which, there we go. Regular old light blue and regular old dark blue. So that's neat and all. But then we also have the light blue carpet and the dark blue carpet. And then the second carpet option for each of these. So those are our various carpet options for the building that will ultimately be blue. I know, right? Modded is awesome. This is Chisel. So Chisel is the one that lets you make as many decorative blocks as you can possibly imagine. Chisel has 4 pages of decorative blocks. And that's 4 pages in my crazy view that I've got here. Just Chisel. Chisel and Bits is a whole different ballgame. Chisel and Bits lets you take a block. So if you look at this block here, it's separated out into 16 pixels. I'm assuming it's still 16. 16 by 16 by 16. Chisel and Bits lets you chop that down into each individual pixel square and then rebuild it however you want. So yeah, that's a whole different ball of wax, and you can make all sorts of crazy stuff that I don't even know how to touch yet. I haven't even figured out the controls of that damn mod. So these are my 4 different carpet options. What do you think we should do for the blue building? The building that will be producing blue. Bearing in mind that the walls may also be blue in some fashion or another. But I'm thinking these will be for the carpets. No, I don't need to build a building, but I want to build a building. I ultimately want this to be somewhat decorative. Right now it's been haphazardly placing everything just for the sake of getting progress done. But now I want to actually start progressing. You mean the first one here with the yellow fancy stuff on it? That is one of my favorites, actually, so yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that one. So then we can turn all of these into that, and that. We can re-blue these. Really? Can we not do that? Yes, lurkers, say something. Not you, cat. Cat, no lurky. I just have a lurker kitty. He just showed up. So can I not recolor the wool once it's colored? Looks like I'm going to end up with colored, a light blue colored carpet somewhere. I could technically pulverize it down into its constituent string and then recraft it. So that is a thing I could do if I wanted to. This is Gila. He is a Gila monster. Because in his youth, he was much more of a crazy kitty. Now he's just demanding for attention. See, look at that face. Look at that face. Okay, you can go now. Let's see. I will not grind it down right now. Instead, I will leave it as is. And I will make new wool. So that is roughly what a 4x4 room would look like with him. With him. I just read the last word of your statement there. With the blue carpet in it. I don't know if 4x4 is going to be enough, though, because I have 7 machines I need to place down, plus a pump. And I kind of want it to go in a straight line, although I could potentially arc it across the room. But the good news is that these all have auto outputs. Yes, hello. Hello, mister. So let me attempt to place these down. They're not going to be in the right order, at least, but I want to put them down to see how it's going to look. Because these can auto output their fluid to the next machine over, so it could just go like this. Yeah, that's going to be too cramped, ultimately. Yeah, no, absolutely. I just needed to determine how much space I actually need. So spacious is definitely going to be the goal here. Okay. What? Hi. What you want? So that means I need more carpet. Let me get all of these picked up. And I'm going to need more blue dye. That'll do. Let me get a little bit more string. Oh yeah, I can build the hell out of this place if I wanted to. And if I really wanted to, I could just shoot myself off that direction like 100 blocks and start again if I have to. Cats, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop that. If I needed like a separate building off on the distance to do something different, I could certainly do that as well. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. Oh, I was gonna grab my builder's wand. So now I can take my builder's wand and do something like this. And just expand it out that way. So now I could potentially... Why did these not stack? For crap's sake, I don't know. So if I do this, so if I just wanted to have a long, thin building, I could do that. I could do a little bit bigger. Ultimately, all of these can be directly adjacent to each other, so that's fine. I will need the pump to have room as well. And that's going to have to be a little bit more space on its own. So I think I might need more string if I'm going to do this. So I think I need to up my string growth count. So let's do some of that. There. That's as much string as I care to do. I don't think I even need all this wheat either, so I could potentially expand string even more. Yeah. It is flax, but it comes out as string without any intermediate products, so it is what it is. So this might have to be on hold just a hair, which is fine because I have another project I need to do kind of in between, but this will all just sit right there for now. The project I want to do in between is the Flux Networks. Flux Networks. So I need a Pearl, I need Flux Core, which means I have Ender. Flux Core, I have Ender 4. Flux Plug, Flux Point, I need a Flux Controller as well. So Flux is done by burning... I don't really need one. Also, I'm having a hard time pronouncing your name. I'm Viperious Dog? Sure, let's do that. But yeah, I don't need a dildo. Really don't have a need for one right now. Ah, I have sulfur. Good. 'Cause I need to make more. Okay, so I need to burn a whole bunch of redstone, which means I need a whole bunch of redstone. And currently, I only have I have 397, but that would go quick. Yeah, I mean the only way to really automate that would be a piston, and piston mechanics in Minecraft are terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and make more redstone, methinks. Oh, he did indeed go there. Yeah, so that's going to get me more redstone over time. I need to get a bucket of lava, which is going to be from over here. No, I don't want two. I want one. I need a bucket of lava. Probably a terrible idea to plop down a bucket of lava, but yes, those are worms. So Actually Additions is one of the tech mods, and that adds the ability to dig up worms from the dirt, which go towards automatically irrigating and fertilizing your soil. So they basically help your farm grow a little bit faster. And they also allow you to do a farm without having water in the middle, but I wanted water anyway, so that's happening. But yeah, if I got more worms, I could just have a giant field without any water in the middle. Very handy. So where is this bucket of lava going to get plopped down that's not going to cause me too much problem? This corner. This corner looks good. They're really snazzy. I like them. I do need more worms, honestly, because I haven't even finished worming out that whole farm yet. Pumpkin goes away. Dirt can go away. I need more cobble. I'm gonna go ahead and put that. Oh, hey. I forgot. I already did double layer this. I don't need to double layer it again. So I need to put lava. But I will actually put a little bit of a wall break here. I'm going to be throwing stuff at it, and I don't want to accidentally toss stuff over the edge. So, that means I need to grab some redstone, and I hope this doesn't cause me too much problem. So basically, throw in redstone, let it burn, and you get out flux. Let me do one more. So how much do I need, first off? So I need 5 blocks here. 1 block here, of which I will need a few. Yeah, modded. Modded is always the answer to that problem. That's obsidian. These are also obsidian, so just handfuls here. Okay, so primarily the flux controller is the big draw. 5 blocks plus block for however many of these flux plugs I want. Let's count 5, 6. Actually, let me go ahead and put flux in its own. God damn it! Fine. fine. Be that way. So flux does not automatically compress into the flux block. Oh, that's because flux block uses flux core. Well, that's different. I was expecting that to be... Yeah, okay, that's a problem. So flux block, I'm going to need a whole bunch of Eye of Enders. Beer. So I can do this. I just don't really like the crafting recipe for it. So for each flux block, I need an entire Eye of Ender plus some flux. I need 5 of them here. So I need 5 Ender Pearls plus this one for 6. Ugh. So I'm going to need more Ender Pearls. Which means I need this glass problem to go away. What? Oh. Lava. That's why that glass problem's not going away. Well, fudge nuggets. Let's take all this crud out of here. Probably have to build a redstone furnace at some point here. So how about now? Let's do that now. Redstone furnace. I know I'm going to need that. Furnace, 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 furnace. Here we go. Redstone, bricks. Bricks I can do. Copper gears, redstone reception coil can do. Bricks, 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 bricks. No bricks. Okay. Bricks. Okay, so that's that. I need that. I need that. Some glass. To make another one of these machine frames. And then I'm missing my bricks. So I need to wait for bricks to cook up here. I'm gonna go ahead and cook up some glass, methinks. And this can go, I don't know, right here. Sure, why not? Brick should be at least cooked up enough that I can get what I need. Do these do it? They do it. Hooray. So, redstone furnace, get. I can go right here. Sure. And redstone furnace is going to get me the glass that I would decide to put over here. So, screw it. You are right, Doc. No, I just realized that I had a problem. I had this whole thing going. That wasn't helping me at all. I need lava, so that's the thing that I need to fix as well. I need to dump off some inventory as well, because I've got too much crud on me. Too much crud. That did not help solve my problem at all. That can go, that can go, that can go. That. That for now. Yes. Alright, so I need to make lava. Alright, need to cook these up quick. So I need more pearls was my ultimate decision. So I'm working on doing what I need to do to get more pearls. Hey, Lunatic, welcome back. This is a nice, chill piano song. I like it. Alright, while we wait here, I need to check on a thing. That's a thing. Okay. So, lava get. Lava needs to get dumped into here. Okay. Then I need to get more ender shards. Because I have 6 currently. I need more. So that means I need... Fine. So I've got my 3 things of dark planks. 4 stacks of cobble. I have a stack of redstone on me, and I need a stack of iron. I need pistons. And then I need to grind that shit down into ender shards. Okay. Raiding the fridge sounds like a plan. Okay, so 5 of these for 4 pearls. And then that. I think that leaves me with enough to do the full thing. Okay, let's do that. So this needs to turn off. That needs to turn on. Smelty smelty. Pori pori. Sucky sucky. Bye-da. Let me pull off all of these. Alright. So, flux networks, back to this. I need flux cores first off, so I need Eye of Enders. Let's make all of those that I have available to me right now. 5. Eye of Ender. And then I need obsidian and flux. I have obsidian over here. So, flux cores. Then I need flux blocks. I need 5 of these. 5. And I need flux controller, which means I need 1 more flux core set. So I need to wait till my pearls are done. Let me get started on desogifying some of these. This is definitely an automated process at some point. I could do it like right now, but I don't wanna. This is all I got really. I don't wanna. So, one stack of pistons is enough for 6 pearls with a little bit of a remainder. So that's a lot of materials to get some pearls, actually. Welcome back. Did you find anything good in the fridge? Pearls are definitely a slow process. Let me go get more string. Pepsi's a good start. Let me go throw another stack into the fire. That button, Control Q. Yeah, there we go. So, pearls. Let's make another flux core set. Right. Hi, cat.
Hi.
So, flux controller. Get. I need the flux configurator, I'm assuming. Done. I need a flux plug. Crap. More flux cores needed. Need more pearls. Actually, no. I have I think enough pearls, and then I have blaze powder here. So let's make 2 more flux plug sets. And then flux plug. That requires more flux blocks. Well, fudge. I don't like flux networks crafting. Okay, so flux plugs, let's make 1 in and 1 out for now. Need a redstone block. Okay, whew, alright. Alright, Doc, thanks for sticking around, thanks for the chat. Have a good night. I've come to realize I don't know how flux networks work. I don't know how flux networks works. What have I got myself into? Create new network. Sure, that'll do. Private doesn't matter. Allow conversion. True. Yes. Forge energy. Tesla. RF. Let's do RF because I'm familiar with that one. The color. I'm going to turn this to. Let's go 240. I think I need less blue, or less red, perhaps. There we go. That's a good color. Alright. I literally no idea what I'm doing. Not a clue. Not a flippin' clue. Network connections. There's just the flux controller on this network. Network stats, there's no power going in and out because there's nothing. Sure. Sure. I don't know what I'm doing. I probably should look at this. I probably should have looked this up before attempting to, you know, set my entire power system up to this thing. Does it connect this way? It does not. Does it connect that way? It does not. So I'm assuming that I still need the plugs before I can do anything. So let's put this right here. And this is going to add energy into the flux network. So this plug is going to connect to one of these doohickeys. Okay. Sure. Is that working? Sure. No idea. No friggin' clue. Maybe I need to set it to Forge Energy? I don't know what I'm doing. Because this plug should be allowing me to jam energy into the network. Not entirely sure why that's not working, but I do want to test something over here, perhaps? Here. Here should be a good spot. This has... yeah, damn, this has power. I do need to make more nickel, though, so let's do that. 8 blocks will do? 8 blocks will do. So let's make 8 blocks of nickel. That's going to require me taking this, and I need to pour the molten iron into that bucket so I can take it with me. Oh, I have done some silly stuff like that, lunatic. I have been known to at least catch myself as I was putting the milk up into the cover with the glasses instead of my glass. So yeah, that's happened before. That's gonna take a while. That's doing things. That's doing things. I need more thinkers. Let's make more thinkers. 6 thinkers? 6 thinkers sounds like a thing. Yeah, 6 thinkers. Alright. So, we have lava being poured out into pan form. I did not want that. Thank you very much. Hopefully this version lets me remelt. Yeah, I can remelt. That's good. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and pour. That pan is going to take some time to remelt. But I do want to at least see if this works. So select a network. No worries. Okay. I might have to change the flux points at some point. Oh, neat. I probably didn't need that configurator. But I might eventually, so who knows. So what I need to know, ultimately, is why this takes so damn long. That's not what I need to know. What I need to know, ultimately, is if there is a sudden drain of power on this side, if the flux network will start working. Not a clue at the moment. Or if the flux network actually needs storage, which I don't know at the moment. So is this done? This is done. Alright. So give me that. That can go right on top. And we're ready? We're ready. So that's going to start fractionating. There we go. Okay. So yes, without any actual storage in the network, these don't do a damn thing until they actually have a draw. So now we've got 20 FE or RF per tick coming out of the network. And if we look over here, We've got 20 going into the network. Perfect. Welcome back again. Good, good. So the Flux Networks is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And I was just being dumb and expecting it to do things before I actually had a need for it. So that's fine. Whoops, didn't mean to break that. Okay. Okay. So let's see. I need to... do a thing. Me. Put that there. That. There. So now, whenever this casting basin is done, it will make a nickel block, which will then transfer into the storage drawer. That's fine. That's a thing that happened. I'm going to put away all of this, because I don't need it. So, I need to... Well, so I've got my Flux network set up, which means I can now do remote power as needed. Kitty! Kitty! Come here, kitty! Come here, kitty! Come here, kitty! Ooh! Bye! You got startled by something. So I need more wool, which I'm slowly working on with the amount of string that I've got. Depends on how memey you're gonna get. I prefer less spamming, so the occasional funny one would be good. I also don't remember if I've got link blocking on Mixer side. Let's find out. Did I spell that right? I did. Did that work? Spam me? Ah. So yes, you can meme, but it is by permit only because of links being hazardous and stuff. That's gonna take a while. That's going to take quite some time to finish. So that's good that that's setting up there, doing thing. What do I want to do now? Got my Flux network set up, however, that's kind of a pain in the ass to make more of the Flux plugs. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm doing now. I was gonna make blue, but I'm distracted from making blue. Ah, I need more blue petals if I'm going to do anything. Let's do that next. I'm just going to have to make a few. Oh yeah, no, I don't know how anyone would ever remember that off the top of their head. But yeah, I am by no means a meme lord, so I don't get references and stuff, especially if they're unprovoked, as it were. Hi, kitten. Hi, kitten. Stop that. Stop it. Yeah, kitten's trying to steal my glass off the top of my table. Stop it. What the hell am I doing? That needs to go here. Did I just accidentally double my blue wool? I did accidentally double my blue wool. I don't know how I did that, but I'm okay with doubling my blue wool. So that would be a fairly nice size room. That would be 16 by 16 or 8 by 8? 8 by 8, that's fine. So 8 by 8 room. What is the best method for harvesting carpet? There is no best method for harvesting carpet. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of memes myself, honestly. Not really a fan of the method of constantly respouting the same nonsense over and over again. Alright, so where's our blue building gonna be? Maybe I can put the blue building over here. Okay, so that's done. Pick up all these. That is actually my least favorite meme in all existence. That one actually brings up a little bit of bile in my throat and some serious fury in the back of my head. Just putting that out there. That Ugandan Knuckles meme ends up being like the shittiest of memes that has come out of this year. And I am very glad that a majority of the internet has forgotten about it. But there are the occasional meme lord who will refuse to let go of it. So I will put this way. Hey, Al Capone, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Also, I have no idea why my mixer has decided not to load anymore. Load, mixer, damn you. Load. Can't monitor my stream if it won't load properly. Oh, fine, I guess I'm not monitoring my stream. Alright, fine, be that way. Alright, so where am I making blue? You're hosting as well? Al Capone and Lunatic, thank you for the hosts. Although it didn't say that you're hosting me, Al, so I think you might click that button again. So how about for right now we do some bricks. Let's go with wide bricks? Let's do wide bricks. Wide bricks are good. I like wide bricks. So this is center. I'm probably going to have to give up on the idea of center. But yeah. So if this is center, right? Yeah. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh no, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is terrible. Alright, let me get my builder's wand. Get this thing taken care of. Probably going to need a little bit more since I didn't account for a 9x9. I accounted for an 8x8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 9, I believe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So that's 7 by 9. I'm kind of okay with that being that kind of elongated building. Alrighty, good luck, Lunatic. Hopefully that gets fixed for you. Alright, let me pull up my sheet that tells me where I need to place all these machines. So we've got water first. So water first, which is going to have to be probably here. Maybe. And then we've got the alchemical imbuer, which maybe can fit directly adjacent. I'm not sure if it can, but maybe. And then we've got another alchemical imbuer. Then we've got fractioning still, alchemical imbuer, fractioning still, and then fluid transposer. So that would work. And it may work actually if I pull these in a hair. Yeah. Okay, let's do it this way. So we'll pull these in a hair. This one can stay in the back corner. And then I'm going to raise them up a block as well. So fractioning, alchemical, fraction, alchemical, fraction, and then fluid transposer last. So that'll be that. Okay, so that's that. Let me go grab my pipe. And I need my energy conduits. And I need this fluid pipe. And I will also need my hammer to do the configuring. So this is going to get configured output here, I think. Then we can do that. And then input can be on this side, hopefully. Hopefully that works. That's going to need to be power on top there. I could potentially run that cable in the back. But this is going to have to stick out the top anyway, so the only other way that I can do that is if I drop this down and have the pipe coming up through the carpet. So that's a thing I could do, but for right now the pipe can stay on top, that's fine. So water's going to go in here. It's going to pump out blue of some kind. And I'm going to need to get blue dye into both of these too. And this one I think needs to have more, this needs to have gold. So that's a thing. Alright, so in... Let's reset all of these, just to get me a fresh start. Okay, so in here we've got water coming in the left-hand side, and on the out is going to be the liquid blue, and then I will have to figure out where the blue dye is going to come in, either top or bottom or back or something like that. Same with this. And actually, now that I think about it, all of these are going to be the same. In left. Why did that not reset? In left, out right. In left, out right. And then this one is probably going to have to be different, because the out is going to be the final Lapis product. So that could potentially out the bottom into a drawer, for example. And then we're going to need to have an in for the diorite. So let's do a drawer in the bottom for the diorite. Those can go back in there for now. Or lapis. Lapis is the word I'm looking at. Out is lapis. There we go. So in water, out. Yeah. Alright, so is this still going? It's still sort of functioning? Yeah, it's still functioning. Okay. So we have 4 blocks of nickel. I think I told it to do 10? Either 8 or 10? I don't recall. So we're like halfway done. So this flux point is going to be in use for a while, but that will eventually be moved over here unless I choose to make another one. So that is a thing. That is a thing indeed. Maybe I'll make another flux point. I need a flux point, and that's going to be flux cores and blocks of redstone. So block of redstone. I need flux core, which is going to be my last pearl, blaze powder, and 4 obsidian and 4 flux. Alright, fresh flux point over here. So this can go any old place. Let's put it right here. Select my network. And it is now pulling 620 FE per tick to fill up all these machines' inventories, or buffers. That's good. So that's happening. I do need to put water here for it to pull from. So that is a thing. That means I need to put a block in the way. I might... Still don't know how blue's gonna get in here yet. Not sure on the blue process. So if we go for blue, we've got blue dye options. We've got the floral blue powder, which is obviously the petals and the mortar and pestle I've been doing. We also have blue. We've got blue pigment from Thermal Foundation, which is just Lapis. That doesn't help anyone. Is there not an actual blue dye aside from... Yeah, we've got blue dye. That doesn't help at all. So it looks like the only way that we're going to get blue is from Botania. Good to know. And the blue petals only come from this method. That's awesome. Okie dokie. So getting blue to start off with is going to be a bit of a pain, but that can be automated a little bit later. Floral blue, blue dye, blue pigment, or lapis to make more blue. So yeah, definitely floral blue powder is going to have to go into that. But the good news is you may be able to recycle lapis into the process. So 200 millibuckets of water plus blue dye equals 800 millibuckets of slightly blue, plus more blue dye, 200 to 800. So immediately your first lapis will go into 4 whole craftings of this stuff, of which you need more lapis, so 2 lapis. But you need to do 5 lapis. Math hurts. Then fluid transposer, those just happen. Alchemy, 500 to that. Okay, so that 200 to true blue. So I think there is a return value here. I'd have to remath it, but at first glance it looks like there is a return value. 200 millibuckets of true blue to get you a lapis, and you need to use 5 lapis to get here. Actually, no, it looks like there might not be a return. Okay, that's fine. I'll have to test that out and do some math just to make sure. There might be a little bit of return, but ultimately it looks like floral blue is probably your best way to go. So let's grab a little bit of floral blue and see if we can get the party started. I think 5 is what you need to get started here. And then I need a little bit of powdered gold. I don't actually know how much I need yet, so let's just do 2 of them. This is me totally winging it because I don't feel like mathing right now. And I forgot my water part. I need water. The whole water thing needs to happen. So let me grab water here. And then for right now, I will just brick it in. I'll figure out how to do that later. Did I configure it right? So this is output side, and this is input side. It's entirely possible this needs 2 buckets of water to work with. So let me test that. No. Right. Forgot about this. It does not need 2 buckets. It needs a redstone signal. That means I need a lever. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, that's not it. Does the lever just need to be on here? No? No? Okay. Fine. So maybe it still does need the 2 buckets and I'm just being dumb? Let's assume that I'm just being dumb. No? No? Okay. That's still a thing that's not happening. Doesn't need an infinite source. Why is this thing not working? It's got power. It's got water. 2 input configured sides. It's got an output configured side for the pipe. Why for you no work? Because I've done this more than a couple times, and it's worked. Unless they're saying pumps aren't functional in this, which seems kind of weird. Water, in, essence of blue, blue powder. That's the thing that's supposed to happen. Do I have to put in blue to make it happen? No? Okay. Huh. Fascinating. I do not know why this isn't working. Because we don't really have all that many pump options if that's not going to work. Because we've got mana pump, which doesn't do it. Pump jack, blah, blah, blah. Shape card pump, which might allow me to use a builder as a pump. Nope, because that will replace dirt. Or replace the liquid with dirt, so that doesn't help. And then this will remove liquids from the world, which I think will overpower the infinite water side of things. So why does that not work? What is going on here? I need to look to see if someone has reported this and if this is a known issue. No reports of this being a thing that I can find. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. So, I don't know why we don't have infinite water. I don't know why it's not pumping like it should. But I will have to poke at that and see if I can figure it out. So in the meantime, let's at least get the process started. So that will get us essence of whatever blue. That's going to go in here to 800 millibuckets. I apparently broke water. And that will be 200 millibuckets per die into here, which is going to fraction still the mild blue down, which is then going to fraction still the blue down. And then that's going to go into this alchemical embluer, which needs gold to process. And then it's going to go into here to still royal blue down into the next process. Which is then going into this machine, essence of true blue. So that's the next step. So I need more gold for this. Don't know how much gold. Let's do 5 for now. And then I need polished diorite, which is diorite, which is in the mana infusion. I need andesite. Diorite plus cobble equals andesite. That's strange. So stone to andesite, and then andesite back in. Okay, that's fine. Let's grab a half a stack. I don't know how much. I've got plenty of mana. That's fine. And then let's do andesite and diorite. And then diorite needs to go into polished diorite. So now we've got a stack of polished diorite that I can throw into here, which gets blued up. And that goes down in here. Hooray! We have Lapis. Lapis, hooray! We have blue. So I have officially blued myself. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that drawer. I need to figure out how to do the other things. Alright, so where do we stop? We've got water, that's fine. We got nothing left in there, nothing left in there. We've got plenty of Essence of Very Blue in here. And then we've got a whole bunch more. So we've got 11 buckets left of Essence of Very Blue that needs gold. So I've got 5 in there. So I need to go get 6 more gold. Yep, I blued myself and broke water. Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what's happening right now. Alright, so that's done for, and... Oh. Right. It's like 200 millibuckets per. So this is fractioning down, and we got plenty. So the good news is I already have 13 lapis. It takes 5 lapis, or 5 blue, to get to where we're at here. So I don't actually need to have incoming blue petals. I basically just need to get to a point where I have blue, which I do now, and then I can feed this back into the system. So it can now be a perpetual blue machine. So it's just gonna blue all over the place. So the only thing I then need to do is get diorite over here, which is a challenge because diorite needs to be made in the mana pool. I can eventually make it with nether quartz. I don't have nether quartz yet, but that is a soon-to-be thing because nether quartz is just going to be made in the mana infusion with netherrack. So I can do that actually very soon. I do need a bunch of gold to come in here though. So I need to feed lapis back under into these 2 machines. I need to feed gold into this machine, and I need to feed diorite into this machine. Diorite, polished diorite. Yeah, so I can only do polished diorite with diorite. So I'd have to craft that separately. I can also do stone and white pigment to make diorite. Not the greatest return, but not terrible, and something that could be doable. I don't think I have an easy way to get bone meal, though, unless I have constant peat and compost creation. So that might be a thing. Once I get peat and compost on autocraft, I could potentially do the bone meal diorite method instead of the nether quartz method. Or I could do an igneous extruder, which seems like that might be a good option. I don't know for sure if... okay, so this does use water. So if I got an igneous extruder in here with infinite water, assuming I can get my damn infinite water to work, I can constantly create diorite and then craft that into polished. So that's another machine that can go in here. That's no problem. Okay. So why the hell is my water not working? No idea. No idea. So I've got input. I've got the pump set to both sides input for water. And I've got the side with the pipes on output. So the only other thing I can think of is if fluid ducts are the thing I need. So I'm going to try to make some fluid conduits. And I probably need pressurized, honestly. That requires specifically fused quartz, which I don't have yet. Okay. So let's make one of these. And let's just see if the conduits themselves are the problem. I don't think they would be, but worth a try. Nope, that just ain't happening. Huh. That's baffling. So this is always set to extract. Ain't happening. So either the pump is disabled, which would force you to do... I don't even know what I just added to my resume. So if the pump is disabled, that would force you to do a forestry squeezer, constantly squeezing logs to get wood, to get water, which isn't the end of the world. It's doable. The pump would have been preferable, but it's kind of looking like that doesn't work. Yeah, I think that's not gonna work. Okay. So, all right then. Let's go ahead and assume that that's not going to work at all. And let's just set up the wood squeezer method, which is not the end of the world. Just needs to get some of these. Ah, yes. Can break water. Can break water physics. Definitely added to my resume. Also, can blue himself. Definitely important to have on the resume. Let's see. How do we want to have this set up? So first things first, I need to clear out the water that's in here, get rid of this extra stuff. I'm going to move this, I think. So if I put this here, I think I can auto input. I think. So let me just put down the power thingy, get it loaded with power. Just want to see if that works. No, that does not work. So even though this is set to auto input, it's not going to work directly, so I do have to have something handling that. Probably just a fluid conduit, that'll be fine. Always extract. And this can have, instead of that, it can have back input water. So that will take water in. This I just need to have an item conduit. That can go away, that can go away. That. Why do those not stack? Fuck it, whatever. Flux point is going to have to go back on the network. That's an auto extract. That's an insert. That should just get a whole bunch of logs in it. And then we need the flux point, which can go, sure, right there. The only thing I don't like about using the squeezer method. Hey, Avian, welcome. Yes, I can hear you, or see you, or whatever. The only thing I don't like about the squeezer method is that there is a permanent draw on power. So once this fills up and stops functioning, it's still going to draw power. So currently we're jumping between 30 and 40, I guess. I'll wait for this to finish and see how it goes. Otherwise, to create water, I could technically fluid transpose cactus, but it's not really great. Squeezer, smelting. Yeah, there aren't really any other good options. So now, oh hey, we're at 0. So either it's negligible, or they've finally turned off the forestry permanent power draw. So I'm okay with that. Oh, Demos, being nice to the new guy. Alright, so bop, bop, and then we need to do this. So bop, 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 bop. So we're going to disable, disable, disable. So we've got a pipe going this way. That's in, that's in. Oops. Turn that back on, please. That's going to be an extract. Round robin. And there are some filters, and I think I want limited item filter? Because I think what I want to do is, if it will let me, I want to put in only one lapis at a time, so that we're not overusing or overstuffing lapis into those machines that doesn't need to be there. So, yes, but that's an advanced item filter, which requires Z-Logic, which is a zombie head, which is zombie flesh and skeleton. Chiseling a bone block, sure. Rotten flesh is composting nether wart. Okay, we're back to that mess, so fuck that. I'm not doing that. I did get a full stack of lapis, and I haven't even finished the gold processing of the very blue. So let me get the gold. This isn't even all the gold I need, honestly, because I need to put in more. Because the essence of very blue is being used 500 at a time. So I'll remath that once all 6 are done. Okay, so that's done. I have 4,000 here, and I've got 15... I need 11 more? I need 11 more gold to finish off that? Let's let that go. Alright, so for this process I need gold, and lots of it. For every 5 lapis that gets burned, 11 lapis is, or not 11 gold. How much did I actually end up using? I used 2 to start. I grabbed 5 more, then 6 more, then 11 more? 27? I don't know. I probably should have paid more attention to that. But ultimately the answer is I get a lot more out of it than I put into it. Because I've already got a stack of lapis and I only used 5 blue to make it. So that means that I can recycle the blue in. That's no problem. And I'm curious how much the total number is once I'm done with the initial blue that I created. That's imbuing, that's distilling, and I need more. Oh god, I need a lot more diorite. Okay, that's fine. Let's make more diorite. Luckily, it doesn't really cost any mana. Okay, so I will need an entry point for polished diorite into this machine. That will probably have to be another drawer, which I don't have. That back. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that back. It stole my damn wrench. Aha! Now I have my wrench. Okay, let's not do that again. So diorite can go in there, and then if we auto input and then pull in here, we are now auto pulling in from the drawer. Perfect. Oh god. And this, I believe, only uses 200 millibuckets at a time. Yeah. So the answer is we're going to get a lot of friggin' lapis out of this. So that's yay. Still costs a lot of gold, but that's fine. All of the mid blue is done. So right now, all we're doing is using the true blue and then distilling more royal blue as needed. So there's still a lot of blue left over to get into this process. So it may be an obnoxious line to get it all done, but when it is done, it's nice. So let's build up the walls on this a little bit. This might just end up being an open archway instead of door. And then we can pretty up the archway a little bit with some pillars and whatnot. Alright. In fact, let me just wide open this a little bit. Okay. So we now have blue happening. And if I need to, I can add a little bit on this side for making the diorite. And then maybe one side or the other for making the gold. But for right now, just throwing in a little bit of gold is enough to get this thing cooking like mad. I'm going to lock that before I need to do things. Put that away. My cat just woke up and kicked himself in the head and then went back to sleep. What the fuck, cats? Oh, cats are silly little things. So it's looking like we have a lot. We have a whole hell of a lot, actually. I don't feel like mathing, but for every 10,000 millibuckets, 5 lapis per 1,000, so 50 lapis per 10,000. And then over here we've got about 10,000, since another 1,000 is going to blow up right here. And then we still have leftover of this stuff. So we've got another 100 plus lapis incoming, and I don't even have enough diorite in there right now to do that, so that's fine. I've got lapis. That will open up more things for me to do. Let's see, what does this open up immediately besides dye recipes? It opens up the ability to do solar panels for GP for extra utilities, which is great. If I need GP. If I end up needing GP, I don't know. Opens up... Yes, more things! I have access to things now. Phantom Ink, Overclock Generator... I do have the option of making the blue Portuguese pavement now, because that required lapis only instead of blue pigment. I can also make the... whatever that's going to be pronounced as, but I don't know if I've ever built with those before. We've got blueprints, we've got space chambers. A speed handle. Sure. Whatever that is. Blue, 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 blue. So this does technically open up the ability to potentially make diamonds, but I do need to make the arc furnace first, which does require steel, so that kind of brings me back to needing to make the blast furnace. I probably should get the blast furnace going sooner than later, so I have... I don't even know what those are for. So I have steel starting to cook since it's a really slow-ass process. So let's do blast furnace, shall we? Blast furnace. It's going to require more blaze powder, and it's going to require nether bricks. And if I remember right, it's 36 nether bricks for enough craftings for this. I don't remember. I don't remember. I need to remember how the blast furnace is built. How's about we make the immersive book, if I can. Unless I already had the immersive book. I do not. And I don't remember what it's called, so I can't search for it specifically. There it is. Engineer's Manual. Book and lever. I can do that. Why is my clicky draggy not working? That's weird. Engineer's Manual. So, construction. Multi-block. No, that's the steel multi-block constructions. I need... blast furnace. It's not hollow anymore. Interesting. And it's only 3x3. Well then, that changes things. So yes, 36 is the answer then. So it's 3x3, no longer hollow, so I need 27, which means I need 9 craftings of the blast furnace bricks. And 9 craftings of the blast furnace bricks times the 4 required. 9 times 4, 36. So I need 36 bricks, and I need 36 nether bricks. Bricks are already crafted, because those I was cooking up earlier. For other reasons. How convenient. The glass. Have anything below? No, I did not. Okay. So now that means that I need 36 netherrack. That I'm not looking forward to. Because that means I need to make 36 buckets of lava. I don't think there's any other means to get netherrack currently. No. No. So Magma Crucible is the only other option, which would just burn a lot of bloody power and not do it very quickly. I could try it just to see how long it's actually going to take. So let's turn that off, that on. Let's grab this. Okay, so let's throw in some cobble and see how long that's going to take. Well, hello, LeJean. Welcome. You are new to Minecraft in general, or are you new to modded Minecraft? It ain't moving. It ain't moving is the bottom line of that. It ain't moving at all. Well, screw that idea. I would rather not burn power on that. So instead, put that back there. Instead, we're doing the bucket route. We're doing this the hard way. I need a... I have my furnace set up over here. So I'm going to take this. And then I'm going to take this, because why not? It doesn't matter, honestly. I just need to make stuff. $36. I need double that over here. Sure, why not? And I'm going to do 9 buckets at a time, because that's what I've got. Those are going in there. They're going to get pulled into the redstone furnace as soon as I actually set it up right. And they're going to get smelted down. Okay, and then I need 36 stone. That's not where my wall is. This is where my wall is. That goes there. That's already off. We're good. That's off. We're good. That's on. We're good. All right. Let's do it again. Absolutely something that needs to be automated. No doubt about it. Now I could potentially do something like over here, since I've already got charcoal and obsidian, I could have a crafter that has a bucket, crafts it up, smelts that bucket into lava, and then dumps that lava into a tank. Using something like a mechanical user to right-click the bucket into the tank, or I could do a fluid transposer, which, sure, there, which can be used actually to empty buckets and etc. into its tank and then output into a tank. Fluid transposer would probably be the cleaner method than using a mechanical user. Oh hey look, I have crops. So I think I might need to do that just for my own sanity. Having automated lava would be kind of handy. Let's do that, shall we? Another bucket, more copper gears, all that stuff. Okay, the usual. Another bucket. Gears. That thing. I forgot my extra glass. Fluid transposer, done. I will need another furnace, another redstone furnace. Same story, different time. And the redstone furnace, I think, needs redstone at the top. Yeah, so I need a third redstone. Okay. So, what am I going to use for a crafter? Crafter. We do have the RF Tools crafter, which is a pretty nice one. And it's a cheap one, so let's do that. So, 2 redstone. Two redstone torches, this machine frame doohickey, and I need crafting tables. I have apparently made an advancement of RF tools. Hooray! So, auto crafter. And I will need a spare bucket. But I'm going to go ahead and get these things moving. I forgot to do this process. Need to add these to the filter. There we go. So let's do this. Alright, so for my crafter, crafter's gonna have to go... Actually, this whole damn setup is gonna have to move, honestly. But for right now, the crafter can go here. And then redstone furnace is immediately after it, and then that. Okay. I have a spare tank over here to accept some lava. This is have empty mode. Yes, that's right. That. And then input from this side. This side is going to output and input and auto input. This is going to have the recipe of obsidian, charcoal, and bucket. I need a bucket. Alright, so bucket. Recipe 1 is going to be bucket, obsidian, charcoal, and apply. So whenever that one gets those materials, it will do the crafty thing. So first I'm going to have it remember that there needs to be a bucket in that slot. I'm going to have it remember that there needs to be an obsidian in that slot. And remember to charcoal, just to make sure that it has them separated. And then I could easily fill the rest of this with literally anything else. So let's do stone. Sure. Okay. So the input is going to be bucket, obsidian, and charcoal. The output is going to be the bucket of lava ingredients. Okay. I'm going to need power item conduits. So power, power, power. Item conduit is going to have to go there, there. This one gets turned off. This one gets turned... No, that one needs to stay on, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I might need to turn that one on. And then this item conduit needs to go... Frack. This way. Sure. Frack. This way. Sure. Why the hell not? Alright, so this can be auto extract always. This can be auto insert, so that it will always have a stack of obsidian in. And it should ideally stop, because all of these remembered spots are now dictated to those specific items. Good. Alright, so that's that. We've got obsidian in here now. From down here, which I can't actually see, so we're going to have to break a spot open. So from down here, we auto extract always. And this is insert. May not need extract. Alright, so now we're going to get charcoal in both of those slots there. I may also need to make a filter. Let's do that. I think I might need to make a couple filters actually. So let's do 4 filters just in case. Yeah. 4 filters just in case. So make a stack of paper. Make a handful of those. Filters. Okay. Okay. So this is going to smelt into the bucket of lava. This is going to fluid transpose the bucket of lava into the tank, and it's going to have an output of an empty bucket. So I need to output the back. Yes. Output the back, which is going to pull the bucket out. And then I need to make sure... Yeah, that was almost hazardous. Almost hazardous indeed. This does not need to have an extract, I don't think. But just in case, I want to make sure that this filter only puts in an empty bucket. And charcoal. Yes, because it needs to be able to take charcoal in as well. Okay, so if I put that in, power. Haha, they need power. Power is a thing. Power is an important thing. And that actually needs to be red, not that. Because that's back. This is bottom. Okay. So all that's happening. All that's happening. That's happening. Okay. So now I need another flux plug for over here, which I don't know if I have the materials to make. I don't. Hooray. You know, it'd be really handy. It is handy. It is working. It's just really frackin' slow. Okay. Go ahead and pull these out. This is my last set of manual buckets, I hope. Alright, so I do not have the means to make another flux plug at the moment. But I do have this one, and this is finally done. Hooray! So never mind, I can steal that flux plug. So this can go right here. All these machines are getting power. This one did the crafting, this one's doing the cooking. That bucket's immediately going over here to empty into here. Yay, lava! So lava is now automated as well. It's not pulling out the bucket. Why is that? Because I forgot to turn this. I forgot to put another conduit there. I don't have any more conduits. Can I make more conduits? No, because I made as many as I possibly could. I have the means to make more pulsating iron at the moment. No, because I need more pearls. Curse you, pearl needs! Well, for right now, you get the gist. I can put that bucket right back into here, and it will do the thing. I could also just put a bunch of buckets in there and just let that go. And then we'll end up with a bunch of buckets. Because that would... Ultimately, this would be... The only real slowdown would be the fact that this is doing a thing, and this is doing a thing while this is doing a thing. So maybe 2 or 3 buckets would be enough to let it go relatively indefinitely without any pause or delay. But yeah, I need to wait until this is free so that I can use this to make more pearls so that I can do more of the other things. Because I need flux plugs, I need item conduits, I need all sorts of fun stuff. So this is now my delay point. 14 down though, so we're not quite halfway, but getting there. I probably should have more of these pouring at this point, because 1 is just not fast enough. But what I can do with that is... Yeah, so eventually I'll want to upgrade to better conduits, but for right now I can use fluid conduits instead of these. So that would be a thing. So let me make more of those. Alright, so these can be set to... let's see... So if we active with signal, then I can have a lever turning them on and off. Tanks are slowly filling up here, so definitely need better conduits if I'm to do this. And unfortunately, they do have a buffer, so working around this problem is difficult. It's not an issue if you have a single source, or a single purpose to your smeltery, because then it doesn't matter if there's a buffer. Everything's just sitting in there all the time. Not a problem. But in this case, it's a problem. Okay. So then, are those going to fill? No. Okay. Wasn't sure if they were going to fill with lava or not. That'll be fine. That can be my process for now. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh, it's actually pulling out all of the lava and then sort of dumping it back in and then sort of dumping it back out again. It's being kind of wonky. A little bit weird. A little bit weird. Alright, so all of those are gone, so that can go back. Question is, do we end up with a full bucket back? We do. Okay. So then this one can get poured. These can come out. Still manual, but 4 at a time is much better than 1 at a time, especially with how long those takes to cool down. Where are we at here? We are plenty of blue left. We have 192 lapis, and I need more diorite. So let's go make more diorite. Oh. I am here to make your experience creepy and awkward. Okay, so this can go back into the thingy there to do that thing with the stuff. Over here, we got these things coming along nicely. And as soon as all of these are done filling, I need to turn this off so the last one can come out. What's up, cat? What you doing? Alright, so that's turn off so that the rest of the fluid can go back into the thing. That should leave us with a bucket left. One bucket. Me. Something in my eye. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, and then 36 means that we can start smelting these down into bricks. Okay, and how are we for blaze powder? Blaze powder is not fast. Got 5 more here. We got 4 in here. That's actually exactly how many we need to make the blast furnace. How convenient. So that needs to finish. I didn't intend for that, by the way. That was totally not premeditated. How are we doing for charcoal? We are down to 1,300 charcoal. We have used 700 charcoal producing power. So charcoal is definitely a temporary power measure at this point. I could produce as much charcoal as humanly possible. I mean, that's not a problem. The problem is I don't really feel like scaling that up that much. I feel like I should transition to other power sources by this point. Hi, cat. Hi. But in all reality, I don't necessarily know what other power sources I could transfer to. Hi. Hi. I could do the thermal doohickey. I don't remember what it's called. Hi. No, I don't remember what it's called at all. From Immersive Engineering, the thermal doohickey that takes power from the difference between hot and cold liquids. I could do that with just lava and water, no problem. Hi, cat. Hi, cat. Hi, cat. How are you? Cat's being cat. Stop being cat. Stop doing it. Stop making noises. Hi, cat. Alright, so I've got my 36 bricks here. I've got my 9 blaze powder here. I'm just about to get my 36 nether bricks here. So then we will have a blast furnace. And then we can get steel started. 35, 36. So 9. I don't remember which is internal, which is external, but we'll craft it from memory. That didn't work. There we go. Blast bricks. Hooray! 27 blast bricks. We have a cat who is interfering. Hello, mister. Cat interfering. Interfering cat. This is, by the way, one of the reasons I usually put them in the bedroom for the stream time, because they tend to be a little bit needy. The kitten is being very good. I was expecting him to be obnoxious as all sin, because he's usually running around like a psychopath, but kitten's being very good. This guy just needs attention. This is not nearly as bad as a psychopath kitten, so I will put up with this. No problem. Kitten face. Kitty face. Kitty face. Ain't no kitty face. Kitty face. Kitty face. Yes, the kitties do have personality, indeed. Alright, so this blast furnace is just going to go right over here next to this guy. Just to not really have any other reason for that other than because. Yay! Hot topic! Yeah, how the frack do I use this thing? It's iron plus stuff. Steel ingot. Not that one. That one! Literally just iron? Alright, I can do that. Let's make a stack of steel, shall we? Stack of steel plus some charcoal, I am sure. Really don't want to steal charcoal from a power supply, so let's do that over here. I do not remember how much burn time it needs. So I'm pretty sure I need blocks of charcoal to get a full stack done. Then slag is going to open up the ability to create dirt through a different means, which will be nice. Not that I don't think it's going to produce much, but over time, once I get mass steel production going, I will be able to use, or I'll be able to get more and more dirt from that. Otherwise, phytogrow is okay. Not really going to make building materials out of slag, so I think dirt's probably my best bet for now. Although I don't think dirt has nearly as much use in this pack as other packs have. Primarily just for crafting stuff, I think. Previously, or other difficult packs, dirt is needed for things like sifting to get certain materials, that kind of thing. This does make humus and bog earth. Bog earth is going to be needed for peat, which I'll need. I don't remember what humus is for. Is that... I think that counts as like a fertilized dirt to plant on. I don't remember for sure. Hey, we have steel! Yay, we have steel! I can't put that back in. Okay, that's okay. Steel's gonna go into its own drawer. Right there. We have steel! Now, what the hell does steel let me do? Steel lets me get my water wheel. So the water wheel would be a free source of power that I could do. Unfortunately, it's not really a good scalable option. Takes up a lot of visible space, and like maximum you can get out of a set of water wheels, 3 water wheels together can do up to like 90 RF per tick or something like that. So it's not really scalable size-wise. You can do as many of them as you want, obviously, but it's just not really a late game power option. But I do have option to do the thermoelectric generators now, which is the word that I was looking for earlier that I couldn't figure out. But again, lots of material requirements to get those going. I don't remember how much they generate. I think it's something in the neighborhood of 40 per, but it's totally dependent on the liquids that you use, the hots and colds. So if I were to do like cryotheum plus blazing pyrotheum, that would produce more than lava and water. I just don't remember the numbers, and I don't know if they've changed the numbers, so that's another thing altogether. Other power options that does bring us the ability to then create the heavy machinery stuff, so I can start making multi-blocks. So I could do a diesel generator, for example. I could do other things. I am curious if Cloche has a crazy recipe. Treated wood, iron mechanical component, which is nothing, and vacuum tube, which is nickel, copper, and nothing. Well then, and then this blueprint specifically does require steel to get into it. No, it just requires, ooh, aluminum. I don't have aluminum yet. How do I make aluminum? don't know how to make aluminum. I might need to do something like look up nuggets, or look up powder, or even look up aluminum blocks and see if I have methods to make it that way. So that's a thing I need to investigate. How do I make aluminum? Aluminum block. That is... Aha! Haha! Pure daisy. And blocks of iron. That's doable, no problem. Let's do a stack of that shit. Let's do a stack of that shit. This is Invar. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Purifying iron into aluminum with the crap. I have the means to break these. Yeah, I do. Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright, so I have aluminum. That's great. I also have silver. That's great. I actually did get silver off stream. I'm naughty. The silver ingots from thermal were a recipe in the induction smelter with iron and glass. So I just threw that in last night after the stream ended and just let it cook because it was going to take a while to do a stack of it. I don't have much need for silver at the moment, but I wanted to have a little bit just in case it came up. Totally spaced into that off stream. I'm naughty. Typically all I will usually do off stream is like grind up some of the more obnoxious resources. I won't typically do any serious building or anything like that, but well. Oh well. I love the crocodile song. I don't know why I love the crocodile song, but I do. Cat, you're not helping. In fact, you're doing the opposite of helping. Yes. Hi. Come here. Come here. Cat's going in lap. Okay, let's see. Difficult to game one-handed with cat in lap. That can go away. That can go away for now. You gonna sit still? No, not gonna sit still. Okay. Silly cat. I didn't finish looking at steel to see what steel lets me build. Mostly just tools on the last half of this. But yeah, those machine blocks are definitely the important part. Because that lets me get into the bigger machinery of immersive engineering. But also, pulverized steel dust. I can make dark steel, electrical steel. I can make coins, sure. Gears, magma. Can make the rods and all the other pressed things. A press might actually be something I could do, because that's something that's kind of neat to automate. Especially if I need, you know, a lot of steel plates for stuff or whatever. Crusher's also fun. But yeah, it looks like steel primarily opens up things like the water wheel and the thermoelectric generator, and then the multi-block machines. That's primarily what the steel's purpose is in this pack. which is fine. Okay, steel gun. I'm going to go ahead and go collect my shiny wads of aluminum. Alright, and then another batch just to have full 64 stacks. And to make aluminum in the future, I could automate this process as well. Although, my methods of automating that process usually are with applied energistics. And I don't have applied energistics in this. I have the other thing, refined storage. This map is Ultimate Alchemy. Which is odd because it's themed... What? Forum post? What you talking about? What you talking about forum post? Ain't no such thing as a forum post. Made me lose my train of thought. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Freaking 9. Okay. Ooh, and there's a slag for each one. That's new. Oh, yeah, its homepage is on Curse. Or on the Twitch. So I can use slag. Pulped biomass is going to be sawmill. That's a lot of sawing things to get pulped biomass. That might not be a great option. Yeah. Yes. So, Ultimate Alchemy. The book describes this very heavily in the terms of being a magic mod pack, but there are only 2 magic mods. There's Botania and there's Thaumcraft. That's it. Granted, those 2 alone are pretty significant mod packs, or magic mods, but there's also like 6+ different tech mods. You've got thermal expansion and the thermal others, thermal foundation, etc. You've got RF tools. You've got the extra utilities, which is a tech mod. You've got the flux networks tech mod. Refined storage is a tech mod. Immersive engineering is a tech mod. Forestry at its core is essentially a tech mod. Even though it's kind of like lower tech, it's still definitely a tech mod. You got Tinker's Construct, which is a semi-tech mod. RF Tools, which I think I said earlier, is very much a tech mod. So it seems like it seems at a glance that this should be magic themed, but in reality, it is very heavily focused on tech. And I didn't fully realize that going into this. I was kind of expecting to have more magic focus and to need to use magic more. And to kind of encourage myself to use some of the magic mods in automation terms that I wouldn't normally do. Not realizing that Botania pretty much is the only one that has any serious means to automate other things. Thaumcraft you can do, but by the time you can get into Thaumcraft's automation options, you're well deep into doing automation through other means. Like, that's the only thing I've never really cared for with Thaumcraft, is it's got some really awesome stuff, but it's locked behind such things that require so much time investment that you're pretty much forced to do automation and all of the other things that Thaumcraft could offer through other means by the time you can get to it in Thaumcraft. And that's been through Thaumcraft, like, the entirety of the mod's existence. No matter which iteration comes out, it's always got so much of a time sink that it's just not worth doing some of them. It's got a nice automatable furnace. It's got golems that you can automate farms and tree farms, and all of these neat tools that you can't get into very quickly. So by the time you can get into it, you've already done it all. I'm gonna play with them anyway, because it's probably gonna make me. But still, that's kind of my beef overall. Okay, so aluminum can go up here. Of course, my ingots are not really in good sorting order, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. I'll deal with that later. I would like to do a thing. My smeltery is free now, so I would like to do a thing. Let's make more things. Pistons. Yes, pistons is what I was looking for. Pistons. Lots of them. Pistons. Grind that shit down. So this one is one that I'm probably going to have to automate, like using the bowl method, because there's no other method to get ender shards that I'm aware of that will work. So to craft ender shards, you can either chop up an existing ender pearl, which only gets you 8, and you need 10 to make a new ender pearl, so that's pointless. I could pulverize pistons. Forgot about that. I can pulverize pistons. So I will have to automate the creation of pistons to then pulverize, which is mildly obnoxious because you also have to pulverize to get redstone. So you've got 2 relatively slow processes required, but they can be sped up eventually. The crusher is actually pretty fast. This pulverizer can be upgraded with augments to speed it up as well. So we've got 8. Yeah, that's right. That's not right. 10. Yeah. Okay. So, boppity bop, boopity boop. This is off, right? That's off. Okay. So we've got 10 here. 5 there. On with you. Okay, that'll get me a few more pearls. I'm probably going to have a smeltery dedicated to that, just because it's pretty much always going to have Resonant Ender in it. And I don't think there will be an easier way to automate that outside of that. So it's going to have to be Ender Pearl coming out of iCat. Ender Pearl coming out of a drying rack with a soggy pearl, which is coming out of Resin Ender being cast. So that's going to be an interesting automation process. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Hi. The only other thing I can think of is I saw this. You can... Ooh, yeah, that's not going to be a good option, because empowering is a really slow process. And where's the power requirement on this one? Does not say. But empowering generally is a slow process, so that's not going to be an easy alternative. Powder is not going to be an option. Ender fragments does not appear to be an option. If I manage to get an Ender Lily, which I doubt. No, no, no. No. Drying and pulsating mesh isn't going to happen because we're not going to get bees. So, yes, the drying rack is the only viable option. The conversion from the gas tier is not going to be a viable option just because the empowering is such a slow process. Alright, Demos, have yourself a good night. Thanks for sticking around. I'm working on it. Working on getting clay. I have to remake the entire bloody universe first. How are we doing on Lapis? We have 36 left in here. Well, that's left in there. Do-do-do. Okay, so total output 240 Lapis. Do we have any more liquids in any of these? Does not appear to be. Okay, so 240 Lapis came out of 5 blue dye, and somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 27 gold. So I'd say that's a pretty good return. And then this Lapis can be fed back in to these alchemical imbluers. I need to get under there and filter that. Still going, Doc. Still going. Can't make those lamps yet. Ah, that's expensive. What about lantern? Woo, Bart Raid! Howdy, White. How you doing? Ah, I can make these lanterns. I like these lanterns. So iron plate, glowstone, glass. Okay, good to go. What's up, Bart? Long time no see. And you're ending a little bit early. Usually I end at like 12:30 or something and still see you on. I don't have any glass plates. Let's make some glass plates. Ultimate Alchemy is kind of a trip. So far, at least, it does not appear to be nearly as hard mode as the stuff you guys are playing. You might still dig it, but... Oh, you're supposed to be done by 12, but that never happens? Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot. But yeah, it's definitely unique. There's a lot of trickery going on. Like, you have to purify iron blocks to get aluminum. You have to induction smelt iron plus glass to make silver. So there's a lot of weird little trickery going on. But definitely doable. Definitely something that can be figured out. If you're in the mood for easiness, this would probably do it. I wouldn't say it's easy, but definitely easier than the nonsense you guys are doing. What the hell is it doing? Oh yes, I'm making lanterns, because why not? I need these iron plates and glowstone. Sure, let's do just a few for now. Done with hard mode packs? Okay. Oh, I am aware. I am aware of that pack's insanity. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Maybe less derps. No telling for sure, but maybe. Yes, mister. Come on. But this does have Thaumcraft, so the derps are still possible. Just saying. Crash the server twice tonight? Oh god, okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Just like White says the Thaumcraft explosion wasn't his fault. Totally believe those things. That would cause a problem, perhaps? Okay, how's the steel coming along? Steel's happening. Steel's definitely happening. So we've gotten not even half a stack yet, and we've gone through 10 blocks of charcoal. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, so what is ultimately left for me to do at the moment? So I've automated blue. I've automated, semi-automated lava. I still need to get the pearls. That's what I need. I need to desogify my pearls. Bip, bip, boopity bop. I should automate this at some point with filters and whatnot, but I just don't feel like it right now. I was making pearls for a reason, though. Making pearls so I could finish the automation over here. Granted, it is full now, so I don't necessarily need to. Yes, full. So I'm going to... They are lanterns. They're neat-looking lanterns. I like them. They have a little attachment doohickey that looks neat. Otherwise, they end up being neat-looking standalone lanterns as well. So I put them all in here to just light up the place a little bit. So Bart, White, this whole setup right here is almost all that's required to get Lapis. The only thing that's not in here currently is something to produce gold and grind it down to put in here, and then something to produce polished diorite. I don't have ways to automate those right now, so yeah, this is the whole process of making Lapis. So that finally did work, Doc. How does the interior, at least, of the building look with all the wires and whatnot now that you're finally back? Do you at least somewhat approve? I don't have blue wall material yet. So for right now, bricks. I don't quite have full-on blue Dabadi mode yet. Now that I have Lapis, though, I can make more blue things. It's not as complicated as Mechanism, but yes, it's a multi-step process. I mean, ultimately, the way it works is you're repeatedly re-bluifying the liquid. So to get Lapis, you start off in the fluid transposer is the final step to put the essence of true blue into polished diorite to make Lapis. True blue needs to come from royal blue, needs to be stilled down, and then stilled down again, or alchemical imbuer with very blue and gold. Very blue comes from distilling blue and distilling mildly blue. and alchemical imbuing slightly blue with more blue to make mildly blue. Slightly blue comes from alchemical imbuing water with blue to make that slightly blue. So it's just a repeated process of re-bluing the water over and over and over again to get it blue enough to make lapis. I find it more silly than just straight up retarded, because it's totally like a joke at that point. But the thing is that it only takes 5 blue, which I started with the Botania petals, so it takes 5 blue and something like 27 gold to get all the way down to 240 lapis. So at that point you can just feed the lapis back into the system, and 5 blue lapis equals 240 lapis. So yeah, the entire pack absolutely is a joke, right? As Doc said, the final goal is clay. And since you guys just came out of your Thaumcraft nightmare, I'm sure you'll be happy to see this part. This is a chaotic fusion crafting tier, and you need a nether star as your catalyst, and this is your crucible recipe to make that. I don't even know how to do this, in all honesty, because I don't know how you would put that many essences into the crucible without them starting to degrade themselves. Not a clue. Not a freaking clue. But it's something that's going to happen off in a far distant chunk, because I don't need that sort of flux happening. But I will tell you, this pack, there are no mobs whatsoever. So I don't even know how I'm going to get another star. I don't know if it's even possible to spawn the Wither. But that means that all of your standard mob drops that you're expecting aren't possible. So you have to get everything from different means. And I'm still unsure how they're going to do the nether star. That's still baffling to me. But that means that the chaotic tier, I'm sure that there is a stupid ass recipe to get the chaotic shards. Wither Skull is transposing industrial grade evil into a skeleton skull. This is now baffling to me. Which is a drop of evil in a magma crucible. That's fine. Or smelting or whatever. Drop of evil comes from pulverizing TNT back into gunpowder with a 1% chance to get a drop of evil. So that's going to require upgrading your pulverizer to have a better secondary drop chance. Because, yeah, that's not cool. So that's fun. That's fun. Because that's then going to require repeatedly recrafting TNT. Which looks like you get your 5 gunpowder back, so you really just need to have sand as an input, so that's fine. Yeah, it seems kind of like no mobs might be the new way to go. Because you start off with creative flight, you start off with permanent hunger buff, so you don't ever need to eat. You start off with infinite wood and infinite cobble, so it's definitely a different take on the usual skyblock. Hi, cat. But after what Chris did to us with the Age of Engineering pack, I'm very hesitant to try any of his other packs. Because that was just bullshit. I have no love for that pack. Hi. Hi, cat. Stop it. I didn't want a burning incident, so I made it out of cobble. And I didn't have a chisel at the time when I did this, so I didn't even have the means to chisel it pretty. Oh, and Nether is completely disabled. I can't light the portal. And I don't have tools strong enough to break the portal, so it's just a permanent fixture at this point. because that happened. Okay, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this. I wonder, can I do this? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, that's good. Wow, those fluid conduits have a hell of a buffer. These tanks are only 1 bucket each, and this tank had 20 buckets of lava in it. Oh, it's throwing it right in here, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That works. It's fine by me. Wasn't entirely in the plan, but that's okay. So those are still cooling. So netherrack gets dumped into here to make nether quartz, which can then be smelted, can be pulverized. Ooh, that can be my sulfur input too. Can definitely increase the production on that. I think an induction smelter with this would be great, because that gets me 4 quartz and potential chance for rich slag, which then can be used... Well, do I actually have a use for rich slag is my next question. I can use it to make the rich phyto grow, which would not be bad. I don't know if I have a way to make niter though. I don't get any ores, so none of these recipes are useful. Nope. Alright. That's not gonna happen. So rich phyto grow would be the only thing that I get out of that, which would then let me use the phytogenic insulator if I wanted to grow stuff. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, but at this point I'd probably rather use a cloche instead. So rich slag probably is not necessarily useful, but the 4 nether quartz would be good for at least my first few burns. I do need the sulfur though. I do need the sulfur. That's a tough question. Do need the sulfur. Cat, what you doing? Howdy bipolar! I am playing Ultimate Alchemy. It is a new pack by RW Tema, and it primarily focuses on various tech mods and then Botania and Thaumcraft to start with Creative Flight. You start with that, and you start with infinite cobble and infinite wood, and you have to turn all of those materials into all the other stuff that you need, and the ultimate goal is to make clay. Yep, just clay. So the question is, do I want sulfur more, or do I want more quartz? I think sulfur is my answer. I think sulfur has to be my answer on that. So let's grind that down. And then I have to work on getting more in here. But now that I have quartz, that opens up a few things for me. I don't remember what it opens up for me, because I thought it was going to open up refined storage for me, but meh. Turns out you don't need quartz for refined storage in this pack. In fact, that reminds me, I could have done refined storage tonight, but I had other goals in mind. So, refined storage may need to be the next stream. Get that all set up. Maybe get a building built for refined storage. But I do need to figure out how to pretty up my blue building. I don't quite know how to pretty that up just yet, but I'll figure something out. Okay, so we've got 2 sulfur out of that. It's not remarkable, but we do have 12 quartz now. And quartz does let us do things like making diorite just straight from cobble. So once I got a decent quantity of it, then I can do that. Does need more blue, absolutely. And blue is definitely an option now that I have the Lapis. I remember this was one that I kind of wanted to try out, the blue Portuguese pavement. And that is cobble, gravel, and living rock. This song is rather intense. What is this called? Nightmare Court by Wantola? Never heard of him. I'm curious. Let's make a stack of the blue Portuguese pavement and see what that looks like. Cobble, gravel, living rock, lapis. I don't think I have a stack of living rock left, so how about half a stack? Half a stack. Cobble, gravel, and lapis. Apparently, I did not grab very much gravel. That's fine. That's fine. Gravel's over here. It's 3 per. Seven will do. 7 will do. There, so that's our half a stack. And we've got the blue Portuguese pavement. The question is this going to make a good wall or not? I think the answer is not so much. I also can't place blocks right now. So, would that be a good exterior to our wall, or to our blue building? I only have this option for swapping, which I don't think I can make yet. Nope, can't make that yet. Yeah, purely for aesthetics, and yeah, I'm not digging it. What other blue do we have? I could decorate purely in lapis blocks. Like, that's the thing I could do. It's gonna take me a while to make it all, but I could do it. Blue bathroom, yes. If it were a tiled blue bathroom. I could try making some water stone and see how that turns out. Let's make a stack of water stone just to see. Quartz can go there. That's gonna go away. Let's grab Waterstone. Okay, so Waterstone is an interesting material. So that's Waterstone, the basic Waterstone. Then we also have, actually let's do it this way. I'll do a whole wall of this stuff. Kind of gaudy. First off, just straight up gaudy. We have water brick as an option. Which is, yet again, fairly gaudy. I'm fairly certain that all of these are going to end up being pretty gaudy. We got the wide bricks as an option. So that's basically a replacement for what's currently there. Also, I should not be doing these a full stack at a time, because it takes up a lot of durability. We also have the big tile, which is not all that great. And what about the panel? No. Yeah, I'm not liking the Waterstone at all. That's more of like creating a pool to stand on. So methinks the Waterstone's gonna have to go away. Aw, my chisel broke. Did it? Yeah, it did. It did. Alright. Let's do it this way then. Whenever a chisel breaks and it has a stack of stuff in it, it dies. And it's just gone. So, Waterstone, bye-bye. I'm not really too keen on any of the other blue options for walls. Yes, cat, hi. I could potentially go back to the blue carpet, the light blue carpet, perhaps, and see how that turns out. Because we've got the light blue carpet, and I think this one was not too bad. That, no, not good, not good. The other one? Not so much, not so much. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out a different answer to this. I might have to piddle around with this off stream here, because there's a lot of blue options, and I'm not really digging a lot of them. Cat? Hi, cat. Cat. We've got light blue concrete. I think I might end up doing something like lead, because it's a much more subdued blue color and not nearly as violent on the eyes. And I think this this egregious block of lead, if I remember right, it would look really nice. Do I have any lead to do that with? I don't have lead. I need to make lead. Let's make lead. Lead is... Lead is iron and obsidian to make lead ingots. Okay. So let's do a stack of that? Let's do a stack of that. So half a stack. It's already filled. God damn it. I mean, that's a good problem to have. It's already maxed out and filled, but that means I can't put it anywhere. So we're gonna have some obsidian in a chest somewhere. Obsidian in a chest. Alright, so this is the induction smelter, iron plus obsidian to make me some lead. So one of the next things I might want to do is upgrade all of these machines. And the thermal upgrades are here. We start off with the hardened upgrade kit. Or we could start at the next tier. I don't know how to get Signalum, actually. So hardened upgrade kit is nothing more than bronze and Invar, and that's easy to do. So I might upgrade all these so I can then speed them up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take that and put that over here. Take out those lead blocks. So if we do lead, and this one looks pretty good. Got something like that going on for the walls. A little bit more of a subdued blue with a little bit of a little purple outline there to give it a little bit of a flavor, rather than being a solid, weird mess. Yeah, it could definitely be an accent. I could do some sort of pillar on the outer corner walls or something like that. So I'll figure it out. I don't know if I want to do all of the decoration and stuff on stream or if I'm going to take some time off to do that, because I tend to go a little bit wishy-washy with my decorative decisions, so I will frequently build and rebuild like 7 times before I'm finally happy with something. So that might be something I'll do on my own time. Unless we do like a full like streamer interactive decorative session. But we'll see. It's really handy if I can have a swapping block. But I can't make the swapping block yet. I can't even spell right now. The swapping block would be very handy because then I can just quick swap it, the blocks in and out. But I don't have the means to make the wand core yet to make the swapping block or the swapping item. But yeah, it would let me just say, yeah, see that cobble there? I want to replace that with all the lead blocks. It'd be a really quick, easy swap. I don't have any other means to swap that I'm aware of. There might be some other tool in this pack that I'm not familiar with. We also have actually these. How do these look? Not too bad. Not great, though. Yeah, that's just swapping up for different style block of lead. That would be ultimately the face. It might be a little bit too much for full walls, so I think you might be right. Split it up a little bit. Have some pillars or something intermingling. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But it's funny that the first and only lead that I make is going straight to decoration. So that's a thing that's happening. But that can go right there for now. Alright, it is 12:30, so that is a little bit past my usual, well, that's about my usual end time. It's past where I should be going to bed. So I will end it here. Got a lot of progress going. We've got, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new materials. So we've got silver, lead, aluminum, and then steel plus quartz as all brand new materials. We've got Lapis as another brand new material, all being automated here for the most part, minus a couple manual inputs until I can fully automate them. We've got incoming more of these netherrack to make more quartz, which is great, and all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, lots of progress today, and we made our flux network. That was a big thing. Actually having to figure out how to make a flux network because I've never done it before. That was definitely a thing. So yeah. That's a lot of progress for today, and I'm happy with that. So I am going to bed. So tomorrow night, I have not decided yet. Maybe more of this. I'm still trying to figure out what other games to start streaming because I'm in a little bit of a lull for all of the games that I was previously streaming. So I gotta start something up new soon, so I'm definitely gonna start taking some more opinions and whatnot in Discord. So that being said, though, thank you all for coming. Thank you for any subs and follows that I might have missed, and I will see you all next time. Bye!